Hi, Dr. Alina Kolchitsky, Boutique Bodyworks, Physical Therapy, Lifestyle Medicine, and more. Today I'm going to show you a recipe to make an easy meal. Today it's going to be a complete meal and actually not plant-based. It will be mostly plants except fish. We're going to have fish for protein. So cod and salmon are good choices in terms of reducing the amount of heavy metals and having the healthy fats, omega-3s for you without getting those heavy metals at the same time. So today we're cooking cod in the oven. We're going to do a one-pan roast. So we're going to roast everything including the potatoes, asparagus, and the fish. So let's get our potatoes ready because they take a little bit longer. Actually, also, let's go ahead and preset the oven. I'm gonna put it to, actually, let's put it to 375. Okay. And I've got 2 potatoes, so they'll have leftovers. So I'm gonna clean these. Sorry for the noise, but anyways, I got my vegetable brush. Too hot. I'm going to scrub that clean, and then afterwards I'm going to trim off the eyes. I'm using organic potatoes. Doesn't matter what color, potatoes aren't bad for you. It's what you do to them that makes it healthy or unhealthy. So if you're just using a healthy fat like olive oil, then you're pretty good, as long as you don't also go overboard. But if you're eating butter or sour cream and the likes, and loading it with all of the above and cheese, well then, that's a different story. Okay, so they're washed. Now I'm going to cut the eyes, as I said. So what are the eyes? They're these little white things where the root starts to grow or sprout. So those actually are toxic and you shouldn't eat those. So you want to cut those off. I do leave the skins on. There is a lot of nutrition in the skins of potatoes, especially colorful potatoes like red or purple. Now, potato starch is different than your grains. It's what we call resistant starch. What that means is that after you cook it and cool it, it shrinks. And so there's some health benefits to resistant starch in terms of it absorbing actually things like fats out of your bloodstream. It's good for lowering your blood sugars, actually. So a misconception that eating potatoes increases your blood sugar. It does if it's highly processed, like potato chips, but if you're eating whole potato that's just, cooked at home, especially if it's just boiled, then yes, it's going to be healthier for you and will cause not that big of a blood sugar spike. Depending on the body, of course, everybody's different in terms of how they respond to foods, but it's a complex starch is what I'm trying to say. It's not a simple carbohydrate or starch that would turn into sugar quickly in the bloodstream, spiking your blood glucose and insulin. So I'm, as you see, cutting out all eyes as well as any brown or black spots. Okay, so that's ready. Looks good. Okay, so I'm going to show you my little tricks, my hacks, if you will. Let's turn ourselves over here to the cutting board. And as you see, I've already got my asparagus and fish prepped almost. So I'm going to slice these this way, round, into about this thickness. Okay, that way it's going to cook a little more evenly and quickly than if I did it too thick. I don't want it too thin either. And these are gonna come out nice and crispy, I promise you. Okay, let me get a plate because we're gonna put them or pre-cook them in the microwave and then finish them off in the oven. Okay, just gonna put these on the plate. Second potato into thick slices. And we're going to spread this on the plate out so that they cook evenly faster than if they were piled up on top of each other. All right. So those are ready to go into the microwave. So follow me to the microwave. Got my Instapot going here and cooking my brown rice. Getting a bunch of stuff done at once. So I'm going to put that in the microwave and cook it for 3 minutes. And then it'll be ready to go into the oven with everything else. So next, let's finish with this. So I've trimmed my asparagus, washed and trimmed them. They're organic. My fish on parchment paper. Okay, and I've got some, let's see, got some cilantro, jalapeno from growing fresh in my garden, and garlic, just a little bit. Let's add a little bit of olive oil. Going to have things stay nice and moist. So just a drizzle on my fish, and then I'm going to drizzle on my asparagus. That was a capful, which in my experience with this, my favorite olive oil, it's probably about 2 tablespoons at the most, maybe not quite. So just going to rub it. Now I'm going to sprinkle the rest of my garlic that I had put on my fish onto my asparagus. Just to give it some nice flavor when it roasts. So roasting, you know, sure, it's creating ages, acrylamides as well, which aren't the best for you. So you may or may not want to roast. You might rather choose to steam or boil, which are healthier choices. Some salt. My Redmond's salt. And some pepper. Don't worry about salt adding it for me because I don't eat any processed food or very minimally processed. I cook everything from scratch just about, so I actually can need and use some extra salt. Okay, so I'm going to fold my fish. Done. See that? So I'm making like an envelope with the parchment paper, folding up my ends. And that just helps to keep your fish from drying out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just enough to kind of keep moisture in. So that's ready to go. Now we just need to add our potato. Hang on. Oh, perfect timing. And the oven already went off, so it's set to the temperature we need. Careful it's not too hot your plate when you take it out of the microwave. And now I'm going to place these onto my pan, which I have already oiled. And again, spread these out, don't overlap them, so that they cook evenly and more quickly. They already kind of stick together. That's that resistant starch in action. It's already cooling and causing the starch to stick. Okay, perfect. Everything fit on one pan. Love it. And so for this, we can also add a little bit of olive oil. And we're just, again, gonna drizzle. We're gonna rub, dab, just to spread it out. Put a little bit of salted pepper again. I love doing my potatoes like this. So tasty, and it comes out nice and crispy like French fries, but it's baked, not fried. And again, this is gonna be 2 meals for me. Okay, now we are ready to put it in the oven. On the middle tray or rack, and we're going to set it to 20 minutes. And that's it. So 20 minutes later, I'll come back and show you how it looks and plate it. See you soon. Okay, we're back. Oven is beeping, so it's time to bring everything out here. I'm notorious for using a towel instead of oven mitts. Ooh, that's hot, so stand back when you first open. Okay, let's have a look at our fish and our meal. So, asparagus is done, and potatoes also. Notice how it's stuck. So we're gonna let it cool. A little trick, let it cool. It's that resistant starch. It's gonna shrink as it cools, so it will lift itself off the pan, and you won't have problems with a messy pan with burnt or cooked on things to scrape off. Trust me. So just let it cool. And let's take a peek at our fish. Again, opening with caution because heat is being held in there. You see all that steam? You don't want your face over that. Okay. And notice how the color, you can see that, is nice and white here. It's a tiny bit translucent there. So we could cook the fish a tiny bit longer actually. And so we'll put that back in the oven on a separate pan. I'm gonna use my dish that I'll store it in later. So let's go ahead and just scoop that back up. Turn our oven back on. And probably about 5 minutes is good. So pop that back in the oven. Setting the cook time for 5 minutes. And we'll let that cook. In the meantime, the rest is ready. Look at that, voila, it peeled right off and there's no cooked on crusty stuff on the pan. And notice the color, it's brown, it's crispy. So that's, you know, a really nice way to cook your potatoes, roast them and make them crispy just by baking, really, and you're not frying them, but it gives you that fried texture. So we'll be back to show the fish when it's ready in 5 minutes. Okay, we're back. The timer went off on the oven. It's time to bring out the fish to complete our meal. even white color. Notice how it has shrunk. It was frozen fish, so that's why you're gonna get about half of what you had after it's not frozen and cooked. So I'm putting half in there in the container for later, and half on my plate. It's hot, so be careful. Goes for the potatoes. So yeah, look at how nice and browned that is on the undersurface. So I'm going to put half in here for tomorrow, for lunch, and then half on my plate. And that comes off so easy. I could literally just use my fingers. And then my asparagus. Put some on my plate. And these I'm going to cut to put in my dish. Waste. It's nice flavorful roasted garlic. Yum yum. Alright. We are done. We have 2 meals. One for now, one for tomorrow to go into the fridge. Ooh, forgot that's hot. So we've got our fish, asparagus, and roasted potatoes. And the fish is cod. And everything is organic when it comes to the plants, and it's whole foods, so nothing is processed here. Enjoy, nice simple meal. You can play with the flavors for your fish and for your veg, but simple is always nice, and homegrown is always great. So if you have any herbs, or like I had hot pepper growing in my garden, feel free to use it up. And so that's all for now, and hope you enjoy, and that helps to give you some ideas. Not a plant-only meal. It's not a vegan meal, obviously, but a pescatarian, vegetarian if you eat fish, friendly meal. Thanks, and see you next time.